We're ready to move on to our next step, and so we click on, of course, the next button. Now this is a step that I like you to skip because frankly adding text here looks really terrible. To be or not to be. Looks terrible. I recommend you use other ways of getting text into your presentation other than adding it here. So we'll move on. Now we can customize the motion of our pictures, and this can be useful for us to add a little bit of animation to the screen. Even if we don't have moving pictures, we can have moving boxes. Now sometimes you don't want your box to change size, and this is one of those situations where I don't want it to change because I want my audience to see the full movie poster for the whole length of the slide. I will click on Save, and I'll go to my next image. Now this is one also that I don't want to shrink down at least too much because it's text, and I want it to be able to be readable. Do I want to shrink it down a little bit just to add a little motion? I guess we can try that. And then I'll center it a little bit. And maybe just that much motion will keep the audience interested. Go to the next picture. Maybe I want to focus in, just as it's doing here, on those pilots that are on the right. So that actually looks good. Maybe I'll adjust the image down a little bit. Click Save. Go to the next image. This is one where maybe I do want to focus very small and then try to zoom in if I can. Bear with me, I'm having a hard time with my mouse here. So I'll focus in on this part of the image, and then it'll grow to show the real devastation of the entire city. Now we'll watch a preview of what our presentation will look like with our added transitions. It starts with our full screen showing the movie poster. We might narrate this slide later, but for now we can see how that zooms in just a little. Here's where we really see that movement of zooming in towards the pilots' faces, zooming out from the small area of devastation to the picture of the whole city being destroyed. Here we can also add narration on this part of our Photostory creation. Maybe what you want to do is narrate your text slide that's here. You can hit the red button, which is record narration, and maybe just read what's there for those who want to listen to this instead of just read it. The comedic film, To Be or Not to Be, recalls the historical Polish 15th Fighter Brigade, who fought alongside British pilots during the attacks on Germany toward the end of World War II. We click Stop, and our dialogue is recorded here. You'll see our little bubble, speech bubble here. That tells us that our narration is on that slide. If for some reason we want to redo it, we just click on this button that says Delete Narration, and that little speech bubble goes away.